Legends of the game come from both platforms. Different style tournaments attract a different style champion. Which is better, you might ask? If given the choice, like they made us all do this winter, which one would you choose? Let's start with the facts. Positives of WSOP. Bigger fields, more locations. Been operating longer, therefore they are more consistent. The prestige of winning a bracelet is still the greatest achievement in poker. And we can't forget about Norman Chad and Lon McCarran, hand by hands with the great voices of poker. Positives of WPT. Shorter playing days, consistent dealers, facilitate chops, televised final tables. What about Rake, you might ask? From the $480 million collected at the 2024 WSOP, $438 million went to the prize pool, meaning $42 million went to the WSOP. $29.5 million was taken in entry fees, with $12.7 million going to the workers. A total of $67 million was paid out in first place prizes, with Jonathan Tomeo's $10 million payout for winning the main event being the highest. When comparing rake between the World Poker Tour and the World Series of Poker, the WSOP generally takes a higher percentage, particularly in larger buy-in tournaments. We can thank Sir Baldwin for this breakdown. The lower buy-in tournaments are similar to the WPT, but as you can clearly see, the WSOP charges much more as the buy-ins increase. The WSOP represents something bigger than the game of poker. It offers an opportunity to those who may have had more doors closed on them than opened. Still to this day, when you walk into the World Series of Poker, it feels nostalgic. Every poker player knows this feeling. Even those that have never played a single hand of cards can feel it as they walk past. This is not created in a short period of time. It is molded from the 50+ years of lives being changed on that felt. Bankrolls being made and taken. The blood, sweat, and tears these players leave behind each and every year, creating characters of the game that resonate with us for years and years. This is what the WSOP represents, or at least what it used to. We will see what happens the next 50 years. Change is a must in the circle of life. As the game evolves, change is inevitable. But we must not forget the reason we began to play this wonderful game. It was to escape the structure of routine and do something fun. Meet new people. Test ourselves and see how far we can go. Whatever your reason is, you must hold on to it to make it in this game. Because unfortunately, to be the best in this game, you must find the bottom line. How can we take the most and lose the least? But the companies that represent us as players cannot have the same mindset. Otherwise, what happens is this. Long lines, worse structures, more rake. Too many bracelets and the prestige is taken away from the player. The WPT represents a new era, one that relies on change and doesn't run from it. Like the WSOP, it has created its own legends, doing things nobody would expect. A lot like the players that come into poker, the organizations come and go. Most of the time because of one single trait: greed. The WPT is different though. They have lasted the test of time. And this year, instead of trying to one-up themselves by raising the guarantee from last year, which ultimately leads to the bottom line, they tried to do something different. They actually gave back to the game in a way that helped everyone, not just themselves. They allowed new players to play the game for their first time, giving people back that feeling of hope, allowing them the chance to be an equal to those legends they see on TV.
So I did play deep stack event, $600 event for the WSOP back in June, and that didn't turn out too good. So got knocked out around 3,000th, but there's like 6,000 people in that one. There was a ton, so that was an experience. But man, I do work in the oil field, so generally, petroleum guys, they make a little bit better money than the average person. But this is still life changing, no matter like 20,000 or 150,000 it's life changing. But I mean, obviously, $1 million that gives you your path to retirement early. Like, you don't have to work.
The WPT started as an organization that wanted to give back to the poker community. And I have to say they have kept their word the past 22 years.
It's more than just the game. Yes, it's big money and it's a chance to prove yourself, but it's also a chance to meet people from all over the world, meet a very unique community of people you would otherwise not connect with, and have experiences in locations that are exciting. It's so much about the culture and the people, and it's about community, and I think that's why people keep coming back to the World Poker Tour.
How are you feeling today, bro?
Yeah, great. Like, it feels like I was just here, It's just an extension of that tournament. It's feeling lucky to go through thousands of players again. And yeah, just trying to do my best.
Enjoy, man. How cool is it just to be back in this spot, bro?
Yeah, it's unreal. It's like a dream.
It seems kind of fake, right?
Yeah. Everyone coming up to me, it's feeling very lucky.
Had we done another Ultimate Stack, you might have been the main character again.
Next year.
Yeah. All right, buddy. See you. Good luck.
As we look back at what makes these companies so great, you may notice a trend. It seems that WSOP may be winning when it comes to business, the bottom line. But as a community, I think we can agree that the WPT is continuing to make the experience better for the players. While competition is good for us players, it relies on the bottom line. And I promise you, when you get to the bottom, they will be nowhere to be found. Ask anyone who has retired from this game if the money is what they miss most. I can assure you this is not the case. It is that feeling they felt when they first walked into that room, heard and held the chips for the first time. We saw it as an opportunity to express ourselves in a way that truly exposes us for who we are as people. And for some reason, we like that. Both companies have done a lot for this game. They continue to pass the test of time, which in this game is the only way to tell luck versus skill. It is them that asked us to choose though. So I ask you again, next year, which one will you choose?